Good morning and welcome to Trinity's Training Group question of the day. Today we have a two-part question. The first part of our question is from Gray Griffith. Gray wants to know, do we ever test dogs to see if they're gun shy? Gray, I don't really have a formal test that I go out and do to check and see if that dog is going to be gun shy. I'm a firm believer that gun shy dogs are not born, that they're made. And to answer your question, they can be fixed. It's a long process, but proper introduction to gunfire is a must with any gun dog. And I know there's going to be a few people out there that'll say, oh, I've carried my dog out and shot over him hundreds of times and it doesn't really bother him or whatever. And there are those dogs out there, but there's those dogs out there that's been done that way too. And then you bring them out here and you start, shooting a lot of rounds over them and everything. And then the next thing you know, they're off over there somewhere underneath the truck or crawling around behind you on the ground. So proper introduction on the gunfire is a must, and that's going to be coming in the near future with Trinity. You guys are getting some good questions into me. We're kind of getting the cart ahead of the horse, but don't be afraid to keep asking, because I want you guys to dig into this and to really get interested in it. And the second part of our question is from Mary Frances Clark. The other day I done a video of Trinity on the 30-foot lead, and I don't recall which session it is. I think it was the very first session. My audio was kind of messing up that day, and I apologize again for that. But what was happening is Trinity would break sit, and then in the video I actually walked over and I picked her up off of the ground by the nape of her neck and by the scruff of her tail there, the rear end. And I picked her up and I moved her back and I set her down and I told her, I just said, sit. When you take a dog off of the ground like that, when you completely pick their feet up and they have no control over the situation whatsoever, you don't have to be harsh about it. You don't have to sit them down hard. It's a mental thing with those dogs, because you're completely taking them out of control, the same way as their mother would in the whelping box. If you guys have ever whelped any puppies and noticed that if you got one that's pushing others out of the way, or if he's kind of being a bully or whatever, she'll pick him up and carry him over and put him in the corner over there. And she may do that several times in a row, but finally he gets the message that, hey, maybe I shouldn't be doing that. So we try to extend that natural mothering instinct. We try to extend that on into our obedience. Another session, you seen me bump a dog bump Trinity in the chest with my foot. Wasn't a hard bump. I wasn't trying to hurt her or anything. I was just trying to let her know, hey, you better pay attention to me. I'm trying to teach you something. So that's the second part to our question. Guys, we're up to 355 members now. We're growing every day. I do appreciate you telling folks about this page. I can't say that enough. The positive feedback is great. Also, we're working on getting a new video camera and some new microphones and things like that, just to try to make this experience better for you guys, and also to make it a little more user-friendly for me. So you guys stay tuned. Keep those questions coming. I'm going to go get Trinity here and get her going.